everyone. Greetings. Hello. I'm going to teach you a new word, jumbo. Jumbo. Let me hear it real nice loud. Jumbo. Jumbo. Does anybody know where that comes from? South Africa. Well, many years ago, I happened to be in the great presence of a great storyteller named Valerie Tutson. And if you don't know her, you should. She's wonderful. And she came and taught us a South African song and a South African greeting that goes with it. At the end of this, I asked her, well, is there a story behind this? And she said, no. I said, yes, there is. I'm going to teach you a song if you can do it with me. Of course, in a regular library show, I'd really take the time to teach it and get everyone going, but it's a library showcase, 15 minutes, I do my best. Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo. If you want to try it with me, I'll do it line by line. Yes, I expect perfect out of you. Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo. You got it. Sing it for me. Well, Masilo is a boy's name. And it's a greeting song, and it also goes with a movement, which I would also teach the audience. Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo. What does that look like? Because all of our clapping hand songs came from Africa. And this is a story about a young boy named Masilo. A long, long time ago, in a village that Masilo lived, there had been a great drought. No rain had fallen for such a long time. All the plants and leaves had died. The animals, the turtles, had left. The beasts had left. The snakes had left. The rabbits, the hares, they left, and the river itself dried up. And it was a matter of either living or dying for a tribe that had lived in this area for so long. They decided to leave. They packed up their belongings, and they left. And they walked, and they walked, because off in the distance, their hunters had always seen mountains, great big mountain chains. And on the top, they'd always come back with tales of it being cold, and water was fresh. So they left. They had traveled not just a day, not 2 days, not 3 days, but weeks. The mountains still seemed far away, but they finally got close. And as they got closer, they found more water to drink. And they found the water, and it was beautiful. And they found more berries, and they found more things to eat and keep them going. Something they hadn't seen in a long time appeared in the distance. And it moved slowly over the sky. It was clouds. They hadn't seen that for so long. So they made camp that night and slept. And in the middle of the night, there was a crackle that got louder and louder and louder until it went boom! And woke everyone up. Do you know what that boom was? Yeah? Do you know what that boom was? Do you know what that boom was, little boy? No! Anybody? Thunder! And it scared everybody out of the wake. But it didn't just scare them, it also scared beasts. And they were so startled, they started stampeding. And the villagers, they heard the stampede. And they knew they had to get out of there or they were going to be trampled. So they ran that way. And Masilo ran that way. He got lost in the dark of the night. And he ran, and he ran, and he ran. He ran like his life depended, because it did. And he kept running and running, because as a young boy, the fear inside of him was so strong. And he stopped. He took a breath. And it was quiet. The noise was off in the distance. And there was nobody around him. He called out for his mother. He called out for his father. He didn't know where they were. He did what he maybe shouldn't have done. He knew only one thing: go on towards the mountains, and that's what he did. So he traveled And it took only a couple of days until he reached a pass that was full of wild fruit. The more he went, more water to drink, more things to eat. One morning while he was sleeping, 4 days after he separated from his parents, he heard a song off in the distance. If you know the song, sing it softly with me. Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo. Who's calling me? That's my name. So he starts creeping further. And the closer he gets, he hears a little bit louder. Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo. He comes upon a village. Now, he doesn't know if they're going to attack him or not, or do anything. He creeps up, gets behind a bush, and peers out. And there is the center of the village. And people are coming in from all directions. They're bringing fruits and vegetables, bringing in deer and buffalo and all these other animals that they had for food. And there was a big fire, and all the people in the town were greeting the new ones coming in, old friends and new, with Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo. And he kept going and looking and enjoying the sights and sounds and smell of the food that he hadn't smelled in so long, until a woman standing off on the side saw him, and she gestured for him to come. She had a big smile on her face. And he looked at her. She said, "Come, come." And she said, "Who are you? I have never seen you here before. Welcome to our town." And he said, "Well, you were singing my name. Me. I'm Masilo." And she was like, "It is a pleasure to meet you, Masilo." And the two of them did the greeting song. And then after a while, when everyone started to sell, she took Masilo over and she said, "Everyone, come, meet my new friend. Masilo, our singing brought him here." They met him with such joy. They fed him such food. The children played with him such games that he almost forgot he was missing his mom and dad. Until, after a while, he heard calling, "Masilo! Masilo!" It was his parents. They had been following him all this time, and they came running towards him. And he went running towards them, and he jumped into their arms, and he hugged them so tight, and he cried, and they cried. But they were together again. And he explained his travels, and they explained theirs, and after they got separated, and they said, "You should have waited for us." And he says, "Yes, I know, Mom, okay?" But they were also accepted into this village because there was more than enough land, there was more than enough food, and the two villages became one. So from that day on, as Masilo grew up, he lived in this town, he got married, he had children, and every day, people came from out of town. He was the first one in the village square to greet them. And he would say, "Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo, la Masilo." And that's the story of Masilo.